Good morning, children. How are you all? Okay, I hope everyone is fine. Okay, we are learning democratic nationalistic revolutions in 2-3 days, 17th, 18th and 19th centuries. So in that England revolution we learned that is glorious revolution or bloodless revolution. Why it is a glorious revolution? Because the transformation took place is only without any shedding of a single drop of blood or a single shoot, isn't it? That's why it is called glorious revolution or bloodless revolution. Then we'll come to the point, the American independence. See, even American independence also 13 states they got independence with the help of France, the French, and the 30 states also they made a slogan that is called, what is that slogan? No taxation without representation. With this slogan they got independence. No taxation without representation. What does it mean? No taxation without representation means if you are not involving us to the government administration and all, to the Americans, then they said no tax. We will not pay any taxes. If you levy any taxes also we will not pay. We will not pay without our presence. If you levy any taxes, we will not pay. This is the slogan for the no taxation without representation. With that American independence they got with the help of French. Why French was helped them? Because the French is a common enemy to the British. French is the enemy to the British. That's why they helped both the countries. So this is about the American Revolution. So after this, they got some declaration of American independence. What is the Declaration of American Independence? That means they gave how we have written the Constitution. For example, you see in our Constitution there is the first page, index page is called preamble. So in the preamble we have declared all India is a republic, Soviet Socialist Republic country, isn't it? Like that, these American independence also they declared some rights. So in that rights, that was happened in say some 4th July 1776 CE. 1776 CE, 4th July they got independence and declared this Declaration of American Independence. So what is the declaration? Being a human, we have rights, right to live, right to work. Everything is there. They have written that in the declaration, including man. All the people will have a right to work and including life. That means right to live. Even in some countries, we don't have even human rights. Being a human, we have a right to live. If somebody is coming and killing us, means that it doesn't mean, isn't it? So right to live is there for everyone. And right to work, right to food, right to eat, everything is there. So such rights they have written in the Declaration of Rights. And who is the author for the declaration of these rights is Thomas Jefferson is the author of Thomas Jefferson is the author of the Declaration of American Rights. Okay, and finally in 1789 CE it became a American Republic, and they have rules. Instead of kings, they were ruling the representation of the people. So representation of people is nothing but democracy. What is democracy? Democracy is they are giving full rights, fundamental rights they are giving, and directive principles for the government. So what sort of work they have to do? What are the citizens' rights? What are the government's rights? Everything they will be writing in a declaration. Okay, and even in 16th President of America, what he said about the democracy? Who is the 16th President of America? Abraham Lincoln. So Abraham Lincoln described about democracy. What he said about democracy? Democracy is for the people, by the people, and of the people. That is for people, that is defined by people, and that is working by the people is called democracy. So we'll have every right in the democracy. That's why whatever recently they got independence, many countries were, every time they wanted to adopt a democratic form of government only, because it's a very good form of government. Okay, so finally the American people got independence and they became the representatives elected by the people. Like that they got a constitution and parliament. Then next is French Revolution. See, every country is a contemporary, they one by one, they are influenced by the other countries and how they are getting independence, how they are achieving their rights, and all seeing by one country, how they are getting independence, we see. So now we are talking about the French Revolution. This is very interesting thing. When 1774 CE, Louis XVI was ruling the French. So at that time, he saw the long years of wars and all. He came to know that the treasure was empty. So then, what is the reason behind this? The reason is nothing but rulers are engaged with wars and all. So definitely it will be spending a lot of amount to the army and all. This is all. Definitely it happens with the treasure will become empty. So that is one reason treasure become empty. Treasure is empty. And the second thing, they have even the French was supported American independence, because this was a common enemy for America and French. That's why Britain is common enemy for America and French. That's why French helped to get independence to America. So at that time also they spent a lot of money. So that is one reason the treasure was empty. So what is the alternative for Louis XVI now? So for rulers there is a only alternative. If the treasure was empty, they levy the taxes on the people. That is the only final thing for them. So they levied the taxes on the people. How they levied the taxes on the people? And first, before going to that topic, what are the social and economic conditions of French? We have to see what are the social and economic conditions of the people. So at that time, French society is divided into 3 estates. 3 estates means 3 categories. 3 estates. So you all know, so generally if you see India also we can see the rich people, middle class people and poor people. Like that we have 3 categories of people are there. Like that is the same thing at that time in French. There are 3 estate people are there. Who are the 3 estate people? The first estate comes under, the first estate people are clergy people. Clergy, that means related to the church, popes and church fathers. These are all comes under first estate. And the second estate people are nobles. Nobles means whoever the working in palaces, kings and their relatives, and all these are all comes under second estate. And third estate people, they are completely all the remaining people. Third estate people are, again in that everyone is there. So everyone is a businessman, professionals, workers, teachers, lawyers, landowners, landless people, businessmen, lawyers, different professionals, okay, and merchants, navy merchants, and trade and whatever doing trading and all, landless laborers and land owners, big landowners, even landless laborers, peasants, everybody comes under. So remaining whoever not nobles and clergy, those are all comes under these third estate people. So here what happened? And here the clergy people they are enjoying their rights, they are enjoying their privileges and comforts, and happily they are enjoying, because they on account of churches they have a lot of lands out there. That land tilled by these people, and those are enjoying that land properties and all. And next nobles. Nobles are the kings in the palaces, staying in the palaces, and kings' relatives and all. They are enjoying luxurious life and happily staying in the palaces, and those life is different. So finally, these two are not paying any taxes, and whatever the taxes levied by the government, that is only on the third estate. So it became a big burden for the peasants and all, and not only for them and all these third estate people, and not only that, at that time if the crops are failed failed and all, they are unable to pay the taxes. And every time if the treasury is empty or something like that, then immediately they will increase the levying the taxes more. So such a time, it became so much burden to these third estate employees, third estate people. And finally, so the churches also and the church people also levied some taxes, that is called what is that? Tithes, P-I-P-H-E-S. This is a special tax. It is a direct tax for the poor peasants and all. And direct tax, it is called tithes. And tilly taxes are for the another indirect taxes, like the directly, indirectly, the more total burden is on the third estate people only. So naturally, even if the government is also saying, but to some extent people will bear, isn't it? Anywhere in the world, country, once if you see the history, anywhere in the world countries, if government is doing injustice, historically it is giving a lot of injustice in the monarchy time, in the aristocracy time, every time. Okay, when the kings were ruling, when the dictators ruling, only suffered, people only suffered. So even though to some extent people will suffer, if the beyond limit goes, no, they cannot suffer. They will definitely rebel. So the revolution was started from these third estate people, because the remaining two are everybody is enjoying their privileges, enjoying their comforts, and they are leading a luxurious life. But here the people, though they are making hard work also, the burden of the taxes, and the same time when the crops are failure also they have to pay the taxes. Okay, and if they don't have food also, they have to suffer because government is not taking care of their wealth and health. So such a time, definitely the third estate people will be revolted. The same thing happened in the French also, and these third estate people were revolted. And a growing middle age and end of the privileges. Next one is a growing middle age and end of the privileges. So growing middle class. Growing middle class means slowly these third estate people, they got awareness what is happening in the French and how they are doing, and how some sort of people, some category of people, why they are enjoying their life and why remaining or suffering. And not only here suffering, most of the people are suffering here. So finally there was a growing middle class. That means they are educated people, many educated people are started understanding this, and at the same time many these people, social workers and all, they have written books, and after getting education, this is a time to read that books and all. So they have they got some awareness regarding this. And see here once, the two treatises of government, John Locke. In this book, John Locke and Jean Rousseau, who wanted to create a society based on freedom and equal rights, equal laws and opportunities to all. So some social workers, some some people, Rousseau, like social thinkers, they are called social thinkers, that means social reformers. Who are the social reformers in India also? Raja Ram Mohan Rai and Rabindranath Tagore. These are all, they have written great books. So with that books only people can motivate, isn't it? By the speeches and by the books only, in olden days they were motivated. So the same thing happened with these social thinkers, and he wrote a book. John Locke wrote a book, and Rousseau, two treatises of government. Two treatises of government. In that what he explained, what he described in this book is, Rousseau carried the same idea forward. What is how the people, everybody should have an equal treatment, and everybody should have a political rights. Everyone, anybody can become a king, or no divine rights. In olden days they thought that the king means, even in England also, the king means what they thought, they followed a divine theory. What is divine theory? The God has given some rights to them. That's why they became king. It's not like that. If you see in our democratic country, in India, there are different presidents who are elected, isn't it? One President Nani Jain Singh was a poor farmer's family, peasant family. And one more is a scientist, Abdul Kalam, isn't it? And one is a teacher, Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan. Like that, there are different professions and not only different people were elected. It is not in a hereditary basis, it is not coming. So, there is no divine, such divine rights for a king and all. So, everybody should have political rights, everybody should have equal rights to all the people. Why somebody is enjoying privileges and why somebody is suffering without food. So, everybody should have equal rights. So, that they have mentioned in their book. And one more person, Montesquieu, a philosopher, The Spirit of Laws, he wrote a book. In that, what he said is, the power should be divided into 3 categories. I already said, even in America, the following same thing. The power should be decentralized. The power should be given in a 3 phases. What are that? One is legislature, and one is executive, and one is judiciary. Legislative, executive, and judiciary. What does it mean? The power is completely divided. Not only the power is in the hands of the king. They should be given a legislature, and that means legislature means somebody has to pass the laws, and executive means somebody has to lead whether the laws are implementing or not. Somebody has to take care, and if they are not following the laws by the government, then the judiciary has to punish them. So, these 3 should be, the power should be decentralized like this, legislative, executive and judiciary. Then at least everybody will have an equal things and equal justice will be given to everyone, either in a food or in a comfort or a shelter or basic needs, whatever, or education, everything. So, these people, they have written in the Spirit of Laws, in that Montesquieu, philosopher, he said about these things. Like America, they have to, power should be decentralized in 3 divisions. Those are legislative, executive and judicial. So, the model of the government followed by the USA. So, even French people also, they followed the model of the government. The French should be like this. Like that, the French people, these philosopher thinkers and these social reformers motivated with their books in many ways in the French. Then finally, after seeing that, after reading that, many motivational speeches and all, after listening that, there is a lot of motivation in the French people, particularly in the third estate people, and finally they start the outbreak of the revolution. The revolution started. So, that will be in the next class. I will explain how the outbreak of revolution and how the end of the privileges. These are all I will explain in the next class. Thank you children. I hope everyone understood.